Alright, what's up everybody? Sword Badger here, and back at it with some more Starcraft 2. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. I may have said I was going to cast KSL, in which case I lied, but if I didn't say I was going to cast KSL, well, here we are on this map, Ghost River Alley, and this is the Amateur League Tournament, where apparently this was very close series. Very highly recommended. Go ahead, get right on into it as we introduce our players up here in the top right. Representing Platinum Heroes, it is Alpha, the Giga Chattist of Protosses. And up here in the top left, it is Lauren, our protagonist for this series. Of course, our antagonist up here going to be doing some dastardly deeds. As we just rocket right into this fairly normal setup, no proxies yet, and it is going to be a wall off over here. Honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about the Reaper wall offs in this particular map pool, just like walling off over here, but you know, this keeps you pretty much safe from proxies over on this side, so you know, you get that whole benefit of the doubt. Basically only have to defend over here, get a battery over here, and well, can't really do that with this, and you know, you get a natural. All in all, it's a pretty complicated setup that will result in one losing their mind if they get too deep in the weeds. It's just like an average SC2 day. Anyway, bad alcoholic Yoda impressions aside, going to be seeing Alpha coming in here with the scout, going to be seeing that it is in fact single gas, so we're not going to be seeing some aggression early on to start off with. And it is going to be a patrol path. How long is this SCV going to... Oh, yeah, this... How horny is this SCV? Damn. He horny. Taste the drill. Ooh, yeah. He's going to scout down, going to see that it is in fact a natural. His Reaper expand out of Lauren. On the other side of the map, this CV is going to come and going to confirm that it is 2-base for the time being. Natural coming up, Cybercore going down. All in all, very natural setup for TVP. Now, what tech of choice does our Protoss player go for late? I think that second gas is late, no? I think he's going to go Twilight into Blink. Meanwhile, Lauren is going to be scouting out with a Reaper and a... I think this is late. Yeah, okay, starts the Stalker, so yeah, the tech is going to be late. I think this is going to be somewhat favored for Alpha, since Lauren has not seen what's going on up here. Without seeing what the tech choice is, you're not going to be able to get an accurate feel for what's going on. And, you know, the defense for 4-gate Blink is vastly different from 5-gate Charge, which is a build that I made up. I think. Probably not made up, but inspired by Haas. On the other side of the map, it is going to be a second gateway at the front. Before any... Oh, there's the tech. It's going to be a robo facility. It's going to be playing a little defensively on this particular map, which is actually very good. Oh, should we ship this Reaper in the Adept? I could totally write a fanfiction about that. Reaper is going to be coming across the map, going to see what the tech of choice is, and what this Stalker's like, oh yeah, come on in. And it's, nope, wait, you're not supposed to be here. And Lauren is going to get a full scout of the main. I think she loses this Reaper, but yeah, loses the Reaper, but gets the scouting off, which is very much worth it. Hellion here, I wonder what this Hellion is meant for. Wonder if she was thinking to pair it up with a Reaper and try to get some harassment done. Shade gonna be coming on in here, gonna try to get a confirm on the scout. Gonna try to get this. I don't think she. Does he get it? No. Oh, that's illegal. Oh, that is so many shades of illegal. Someone arrest this woman. Oh my God. That should not have been a legal save. It's like, I don't know. LeBron James cross-checking this Reaper. Oh my God, denies the battery. Oh my God, that Reaper I mean, if there was any aggression coming out of Lauren, and it looks like it's going to be a Widow Mine drop. Going to boost on in here. Going to see how fast, how good is the reaction out of. I mean, it's not bad, but I don't like it either. 4 probes, but by the same token, it is a pretty nice reaction out of Alpha. Two mines for a few probes is pretty nice. Observer going to be scouting all of this. What's going on behind this? All right, we got siege tanks coming up, interference matrix, and a Raven, 3rd CC, and a couple more barracks coming up here for Lauren. I mean, I don't know, man. This is going to be a pretty tough fight if he just continues to turtle on 2 base. Because right now, Alpha should have already taken his 3rd. This screams 2 base aggression from Alpha here. So I imagine once he starts up his 3rd immortal. However, it is a major supply block. Oh my god. I feel that so hard. Oh my god. And definitely in a totally sympathetic way. Oh my god. I feel that. And it's going to be a Colossus before the 3rd base. And they're attacking up, which means I don't think this person knows whether or not they want to be aggressive, or if they want to be turtly. I guess they're playing way too cautious here. Already, Lauren floating over her 3rd. It's going to be faster. She's going to be up a base. But by the same token, I'm not certain it matters. No charge yet means that these zealots are going to come into play very late. 2 siege tanks, a Raven gathering energy, meaning that interference matrix is on the field. And this Colossus isn't going to be able to do much. You can't push with 1 Colossus. You need 2 Colossus before you can really start to pile on the damage properly. Otherwise, siege tanks just target it down, and you have no splash, and the Marines just stim all over you. Which I think that's what these sentries are here to prevent. However, I would like Alpha to scout here. He needs to know what's going on over here, because if he doesn't know what's going on, Lauren is just going to tech up. And currently there's nothing being built. Oh my god. Is this the way he gets back into this game? Lauren just doesn't macro? Oh, there we go. Glorious Marauders. I have definitely never gotten tilted because someone massed Marauders and I just didn't know what to do. Now, latter experiences and stress or trauma aside, 2nd Colossus is out. Is he going to attack? He has to attack. Right now, he has to attack. If Alpha does not attack here, Alpha is dead. He's playing way too cautious for the kind of style he's going for. And with charge finishing up, he could be right here. And he could go up into here. And this is just giving Alpha time to build up. Supplies are surprisingly even. And he's going streaming across the map. Where is he A-moved? He is A-moved right there. And this is going to be a pretty difficult push for Lauren to hold. Not a whole lot of SimCity to stop these from getting onto them, and especially in this particular scenario where you have no mines. I don't know. Stim but no stutter. And what the heck is this micro out of? Oh, yep. Oh, burrow those mines, burrow those mines. Oh, glorious. All right, and this. Oh my gosh, the splash. It's going to be beautiful as these 2 Colossus start to reign supreme. She's going to push this back for the time being, though. And she gets one of them. Oh, she targets down the... Okay, so she said fuck that 1 Stalker in particular, and then fuck that Colossus, and then fuck those Immortals, which are the Big Daddy Immortals standing strong, taking down all of this. Alpha decides he wants to recommit here, and he's going to be able to pull that off as this auto turret is the one to get the kill on the Colossus finally, as this Warband of Zealots comes in here. But there's nothing here for Alpha that does splash damage. So SCVs could get pulled here. This is as all in as it gets. And Lauren just has to build enough Marines to just hold on to this. And this is Lauren takes it. Lauren wins here. Just a move across the map. Just a move. Okay, there's actually a High Templar. A move across the map, please. Oh my god. Oh my god. Please tell me he's getting Storm. No. He does not have Storm. And he's going to morph... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. He's going to try to go Archon... And for those wondering, this is, in fact, Diamond League. He starts Storm after he morphs after he morphs all this, and spends his gas bank. Now, the scan to come down, going to confirm that this is in fact what is happening. And went ahead, get more ahead, as Lauren here is going to take a 4th, drop a 5th, get a 6th, and she has won this. So unless Alpha manages to land the most gorgeous freaking storms, or, well, this, Lauren has won. There's no reason for Lauren to lose this game. Unless, you know, she stops building Marines. Which, in all fairness, is still very good here. Because cheap, producible, and there's no, where are the High Templar? Where are the High Templar? There are no High Templar, and this man was researching Storm. What a mess. And this army is going to be coming across. This should end the game. Please end the game. Alright, it's going to be a second pylon, a battery over here at the front. Now, batteries and Archons are pretty strong. But by the same token, I don't think they're turning the whole game around strong. This is just... You need this at home. You're going to lose the 4th here is Alpha. And, I think... These guys are on a weird rally. Alright, so, Disruptor shot. How big is it? It's big, but it's not enough. Which sounds an awful lot like what someone never told me in bed. Alright, as this army gets cleaned up, because, or doesn't get cleaned up. Over here, it is a storm drop that is doing literally nothing. What? That is... You just... And then you produce 3 observers chained in a row. I've been watching too much professional Starcraft. These moves make no sense. But in the heart of, but in the mind of a Diamond League player, this is what you're thinking isn't I'm winning. What you're thinking is, I can hold on. There's still a way they can throw this. There's literally no way in hell that Lauren can throw this unless she makes out like Cecil DeVille and freaking pitches 60 miles per hour, 120 miles per hour. Two Archons are not going to turn around this. They're not going to turn around the already 4 ghosts that are out. And all she has to do is F2 to the other side of the map. There's no storm ready yet. But there will be a storm. But only one storm. What? This is like walking into your friend's house, trashing the whole thing, and he says, yeah, it'll be fine. My brother in Christ, I destroyed the sofa. Yeah, it's replaceable. It's a cheap IKEA sofa. I put it together myself. As Alpha... Alpha GG's out. Oh, come on, Blizzard. Alright, so, oh my god. Alright, game 2 on Oceanborn. This is a best of 3, by the way. So, we'll see. We probably already know who's gonna take it, but Lauren's macro in the early game is not, in the transition between the early to mid game isn't particularly good. But she does have a very, also her control is not there, but, you know. Oh god, I feel that so hard. Alpha. know that you are not the only one suffering, as this probe was sitting there idle, and this pylon's going to be late. 4 seconds late. Now, it's not exactly game-ending, but still, it's, What? What is he trying to do? Was he trying to speed mine? Alright, as this probe is going to go out across the map, it is going to see nothing more than what God gave Terran. Or David Kim, anyway. This is just going to be a normal opening to start off with. So, while we're waiting for this to kick off, let's go over that game 1. Goes 2 base. Now 2 base you want to hit fairly early. Waits until the 6-minute mark to hit. Loses an entire army. Half commits. Recommits. Loses everything somehow. Now, if you just A-moved those zealots, he would have been perfectly fine. If you just A-moved, those zealots would have wrecked the army. But he decided to stutter step them and draw. And for those who are wondering, the siege tank splash damage is not wide enough to. It's not wide enough to encompass more than about maybe a hex or two. Some of those zealots being targeted by the siege tank were a little more than a hex away from the Marines. So basically, I'm backseating the heck out of Alpha, knowing damn well I can't do it myself. So I feel very safe and secure in being a right proper backseating dickhead. So lol. But as we get into this, it's going to be action launching off, and it's going to be like a bottle rocket because this gets scouted immediately. As the first adept is going to be chronoed out here and is not going to be sent across the map as this Reaper goes up into the main. I think Lauren is panicking. So basically all Lauren needs to do is just to hit this pylon with that Reaper. Put on damage on it, maybe add a Marine to it. And basically all you're doing with that other SCV is just scouting back and forth, like right about here, just to see if the Adept and Stalker get sent out across the map. So this is it is a very passive game out of Lauren. I think this will end up playing out to her advantage if this goes unused for too long. However, this is an aggressive launching point for Alpha. So whenever he does go on the aggressive, he's going to be a very happy fellow. There's going to be another robo opener out of Alpha here on the other side of the map, a Hellion being built, and mines being started. It is going to be another mine drop out of Lauren as she starts up a supply depot over here at the corner. Going to be keeping an eye out for those pesky war prisms. This Hellion goes out across the map. One Hellion not going to be able to do much. We'll see if he's invited into the house or if he's an uninvited guest by these two units who are holding the door. Warpin could come in right over here right now. And he warps in at home. I don't mind it. Probably is gonna have some defense. The scout out of this Hellion is gonna be gorgeous. And does some shield damage, doesn't really get a whole lot. But then again, I mean, it's one Hellion versus 3 Stalkers and 1 Adept. On the other side of the map, it is nothing. By the way, this is a fairly short rush distance map. From about here to here is less than 20 seconds. From here to here is less than 20 seconds. Overall, it's about 34 seconds if I'm recalling the numbers correctly. The supplies even. Honestly, supplies even favors he with siege tanks. Oops. You did. Oh, you wanted to. Okay, so on one hand, it's pretty bad that Widowmine uses shot. On the other hand, it's going to be the same build again out of Alpha. This time going for a charge for more Stalkers, except no Colossus. I don't like it. the kind of actually never mind, I love it because the kind of army that Lauren is building is weak to charge lots. So if he goes 5-gate charge, this is going to be a very, very beautiful game for our hero here in pink. That being said, I forgot to introduce them. Yeah, Alpha down here, Lauren up here. We probably already know that. So, yeah. Castor Man. This army is going to be moving out across the map. Charge is going to finish before they get over there. A Warp Prism on the way. I think this is going to be a very tough hold for our Terran player, who is already sieged up. Looks like Alpha's going to try to come in here. Going to try to slide in on here and hop on this. Or he's going to catch the siege tanks unsieged, which means this is going to be very beautiful for our Protoss player. If he A-moves right now, he literally should have A-moved 2 minutes ago. 2 minutes ago. And literally, and then he catches the, yep, this is this GG? There's no way it's GG. Is there? If only my disbelief could alter facts. As his third gets landed, there's no third on the way. This is about as all in as it gets, and he's floating about 1,000, and nothing is being built. Let's check the warp gates. All right, let's check the warp gates for our Protoss player. Oh, he already used the warp ends. All right, so I forgot about that. Yeah. So Zealots in the main, Stalkers at the net, Stalkers at the third, and shot eaten. 11 SCVs going down. I mean, on one hand, I don't actually dislike it. Because this is, again, as all in as it gets. 4 gates, 5 gates, 6 gates, 5 gates actually. You wanted more closer to about 8 gates, 7-8 gates, and then deal that damage. I'd actually rather prefer she A-move all those. Because once these Zealots are gone, these Zealot Stalkers are basically flapping in the breeze, unable to do a whole lot. She needs to burrow these mines. I mean, the Mine Splash will cause a lot of damage. However, he's literally approaching from one angle. Yeah, but then again, I mean, there's not a lot of minerals here for our Terran player, as she has lost the game, unfortunately. GG, well played to Alpha. Takes game number 2. Honestly, I feel like Alpha wants to go for an all-in, but he waits just way too long for that all-in to really be effective. So, you know, if we're talking about backseating diamonds here, definitely working on that would be, yeah. So, up here in the top right, top left, yep, top left of Site Delta, it is, representing Platinum here, it is Alpha. Ooh, very, I'm trying to scroll up, but for some reason it thinks I want to scroll in. Alright, and down here on the bottom right of Site Delta, it is Lauren. Now, this is a map that is pretty interesting. There's 3 approaches here. There's one over to this third, one over to this third, and there's the slow ground, which is basically the Valley of Death. If as a Terran is set up with siege tanks like right here, actually no, that'd be really bad. That'd be flapping in the breeze. Right about here, and here maybe, right about here or here. That means that any attack over here will have to be supplemented with a charge out run by over here or over here. And you're going to have to shave off these. So which means this map is pretty decently Terran favored. In that respect at least. However, the way it's Protoss favored is because of this. There's no fewer than 1, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi jump in spots for Stalkers over here. Which means you have to cover here. You have to place your first siege tank right about here, here, and here. With supporting infrastructure. It's a lot of area to cover. It is going to be another Reaper expand, probably the same builds out of both players. Diamond players. So something that I noticed in Diamond League is that a lot of players have a certain build that they want to master. And you know, once you get into Diamond League, you're getting better at the game. You're getting more confident with your build, and your timings get more crisp. However, on the other side of things, a lot of people feel daunted. Diamond players, these high tier players who are very strong. They're not that strong, and these players, yeah, they are playing very well. However, I mean, is that actually fully blowing off? Yeah. Oh, bugger me, that is. So, Probe going to try to get an SCV here, and it looks like it is going to get that SCV. On the other side of the map, the Reaper's coming back home. So this Adept comes out. Stalker on the way. Adept Stalker is going to be Stalker, and a crap ton of charge lots. Meanwhile, it is going to be a 3cc. Lauren changing it up here, and I am honestly kind of happy about that. If we saw the same build again, I would have probably lost my mind. So basically the easy way to get into Diamonds is have a build for all matchups and just grind it. Just practice it endlessly. Don't try to get fancy. Just do the builds that you want to do. You could probably bust Plat without a build, and with decent execution on one build, good macro, good micro, you can easily bust a Diamond. These players clearly have done that. However, that was by and large not worth it. Unless it gets out, yeah, it's still not worth it. This Adept is on death's door. Some more Marines on the outside. Oh, yep, there we go. Finishes up, starts it right then. Second barracks, third barracks. It's going to be 3 barracks, 3cc. I've seen Clem do this versus Max Paxton. Is very strong. However, see how strong it'll be in this particular setup, as Alpha is setting up for a Widow Mine drop that isn't going to happen. Looking at nothing in particular, here is our caster. Here's going to be observing as Stim gets started, and a Marauder gets included. 3 Rex, 3cc is a fairly strong belt. It's not all in, but you got to get your damage done. You got to get the damage done, and already more damage is being done. Wow, I'm starting to see why every time I go and ask for advice about a replay, it's usually, for the love of God, please use your chrono boosts. Now, don't worry, I'm only calling out myself. Any affiliation with real life people is merely a coincidence and not actually a thing. Okay, who am I bullshitting? Yeah, I'm definitely pointing out all of you. And me too. So definitely what you want to do is, if you're going for aggression, you want to get this saturated fast. You don't want to be spending that many resources on probes while you're trying to be aggressive. You want to get that out of the way and not a worry. This is going to be an 8-gate blink all-in. 2 players are whipping out different builds. However, factory started up 2 more barracks. Jesus. Oh, wait, no, it isn't Jesus. It's Lauren. Lauren, does Giga Chad apply here? Yeah, Giga Chad. You legend. You absolute amazing legend. Switching it up as Stim combat shields on the way. However, Blink is almost finished, and Alpha has no idea what's going on. So the way you want to deal with this. All right, let me go ahead and pause this. So the way you want to deal with this, right, is 3 Rex is very strong. If you're opening Blink, you want Stalkers like over here. You want like a Zealot or something scouting over here and over here, scouting all the possible avenues they can come from. But most of the time, they'll be coming from over here, which means you want your main Stalker contingent on their side of the map, so you can begin kiting them and just shaving off units. Yeah, Stim, you want to force out Stim. And the moment they Stim, you blink back. And this is why I say, the game will be finished in the next 3 minutes. Because there's nothing here other than force fields standing between this army and these Stalkers, which, I'll have you note for the record, are glass cannons. Or nothing will just stop Lauren from punching right up into the natural. And how fast is it? Oh my god. Yeah, this should have been an instant oh my god, yep. And just gets in and is just using the wall off against him. And an entire mineral line got wiped out, 19 probes. I gotta say, that is absolutely worth it if she was macroing behind it, which it appears she was, but not well enough, because if this push goes across right now, Alpha wins. And it looks like he's going for it. It's only halfway done? Oh, the macro of Alpha is definitely biting her. And is definitely biting her in the rear as this push is coming across the map. However, it's all streaming forward. And it's a bunch of... and it's into a bunch of... Yeah. Charges on the way. Warp Prism should have been done a while ago. There's more... Yeah, this is just doomed. Yeah, this is just doomed. Stim here being forced out. However, there's going to be 6 SCVs, 7 SCVs, and that all fades. And no energy from more force fields means this army is trapped. It has to recall right now, and it's too late. As these marauders. So the thing that really messes with a lot of the math in StarCraft 2 as opposed to StarCraft 1, if those of you who are familiar with the SE Evo mod, is the math of the Marauder. So the Marauder deals heavy anti-armor damage. Now, without stim, it is, tanky, but not a whole lot much more. Macro out of Lauren being very good, and it is going to be no supply blocks out of Lauren. Lauren's getting supply blocked is non-existent. I'm really amazed with this. Good job. This is very well played. But as back to what I was saying is that, yeah, they're tanky and they're usually the last to show up to battle. However, when you add stim, right, all of a sudden that DPS triples, and all of a sudden the math becomes 2 Stalkers and 1 Marauder to 3 Stalkers and 1 Marauder. I believe. I think that's the math, right? So it's going to be a mass charge lot Sentry, which is absolutely not going to do the job, and DT as a follow-up. Now, we've seen that Lauren is not afraid to build a Raven, as she is less afraid she is to build 3 more barracks and another CC. Teach me your ways, Senpai. God, I love this style. So this is a style where you want to be aggressive, where you want to be punishing your opponent, and this is just the most ill-fated attack, especially with the or it's sectioning it off and then, ouch. Oh my god, ouch. And the only hope for Alpha is a very slim one, and that is if Lauren here suddenly has an aneurysm and completely forgets how to scan. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, she's forgotten how to scan. But she's wondering how they're disappearing. Let's go ahead and go to her vision. She's forgotten how to scan, folks. But jokes aside, this is honestly very well played by Alpha. Or by both players, in reality. And, honestly, pretty close series. I would not mind if these two played a best of 5. Honest to God, I think that would be pretty interesting. As long as they don't do the same build every time. Alright. Let's go off of her vision. And alright, that is a orbital and another command center going up. She's preparing for a late game. She literally has him dead to rights as she's going for a late game. Why are you going across the map? Going back to your side of the map. You've literally won. And I think that's the biggest problem, is that a lot of people get stuck in the mentality of when ahead, get more ahead. Yeah, well, that contributes to just solidity. What it doesn't contribute to is what it contributes to is allowing your opponent back into the game. And if you're disadvantaged in terms of skill, MMR, execution, and whatnot, you should probably not allow your opponent back into the game. But by the same token, with this particular matchup, I don't mind it. Lauren clearly has a superior macro. Lauren clearly has a superior army comp. And clearly has a better mid game, but doesn't have the best micro. These, yeah, please scan. Please scan. Please don't stim again. If she stims again. Please don't stim again. Oh god, please don't stim again. I know I've said that like 4 or 5 times now, but I'm praying to God she doesn't stim again. Please. Oh my god. She stimmed again. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, another army building up means that these DTs may hold off Lauren for at least a little bit. But she's gonna be back. And like John Wick, Lauren is back for revenge. Yeah, I think I'm back. As Alpha, barely holding on, has lost just about all of his infrastructure, lost all of his production. His only hope lies in this DT shrine, and the sudden hope that Lauren forgets how to build a turret. Or EMP. So, I was completely wrong. It didn't end in the next 4... Well, it did end theoretically. But it... Oh my god. Wait a minute. He has no attack upgrades. That's why he's been trading so horrifically. What? Oh my god. Oh my god. There's... Yeah. there's Let me go ahead and back that up a minute. It was at this moment these DTs knew they were fucked. So, technically this game was over the moment he went for that all-in, and it failed. So with 4-gate blink, it's on you to get damage done. Denying a third isn't enough, because you're on 2 base. So you have to deny that, which is what ultimately caused Lauren to really be advantageous. Literally, Lauren was dead if he had executed that build well. Because no siege tanks, pure bio, pure marine, which without stim doesn't trade well against stalkers, funnily enough. Stim changes the math drastically. And honest to God, Lauren was just set up perfectly for a late game. Yeah, losing 21 SCVs towards the end didn't really matter because, you know, there's literally 3 left. Several Liberators sieging on top of them. These guys were more doomed than the Sega Saturn that was that released before any games were available for it. And it was the only thing Alpha had going for him because, you know, Lauren didn't build any turrets. So honestly, as much as I'm heckling these people and, you know, talking about how, you know, they're doing bad, oh my god, what a fucking downer, it's fucking boomer, it's kids these days. They played really well. And honest to God, I think Lauren will make it to Masters. She just has to crispen up the macro. Let's go ahead and check it out. 174 of 200 at 1313. She was trading pretty frequently, so I'm not particularly surprised by that. But her macro was really good as soon as she got into the rhythm of it, and yeah, I really like the macro. She just has to crispen up that early game. Once she does that, wait, only 59. She did lose 21, so yeah, she was up to 80 workers. That is absurdly good. So yeah, this is really well played by Lauren. Very good macro in the mid game. And you know, if she's looking for advice, definitely I would recommend just crisping up that early game macro, and just don't try to do any. Don't try to. I'd recommend not doing the Hellion follow up because one Hellion trying to get in deal damages. I mean, yeah, it'll work on ladder. It'll keep the opponent honest, but in a series, such resources are better spent for Marines. Because that Reaper already provides all the scouting you'll ever need. Yeah, this Reaper wall was a pain in the ear, but scan basically nullifies that. And as soon as you cross the 3 base, 4 base threshold, all of a sudden your scan, and you get up to about 80 workers, you can start using scans alongside mules, I believe. So all in all, a very good macro, very well played by both players. GG well played to Lauren, who takes this series 2-1. And with that having been said, I hope you all had a wonderful time, because I certainly did. And drink water, hug your loved ones, have a wonderful weekend. Or week? Weekend? Yeah, it's week. It's a week. It's almost Monday. Oh wait, as of this recording, it is almost Monday. That's depressing. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful time. I certainly did. And if you want to see more of this, please leave a comment, please like, please subscribe, and I will see you all next time with some more Leviathan crew mod. And just go ahead and listen. These diamonds these days, man. Breaking my brain.